I'm outside. It's so beautiful. And we wait to see her. Here she comes. Skyler. Where are you? Where are you, Sky?
Hi, Christine.
Hi, love. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I know you want to like fix your face when you see
Right?
all this.
This is my first time doing a live video on Instagram.
Oh, good. Good. Well, I'm getting a little bit of the hang of it. I still don't like any of my angles or anything, but
I
it's
know I need good lighting. I need to find the light.
the light. I need a better look.
It looks
Um,
like there's beautiful light back there where you are.
There is. It is pretty here, but how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, tell
Considering
us.
everything, I'm
Yeah.
doing good. I've been a little back and forth from my apartment to my parents.
Hmm.
And then I went to see my boyfriend in Boston,
Hmm.
and we took a little adventure into the woods. We did a little glamping trip for a couple days, and and now I'm back here in my apartment.
How was that in the
It
woods and all that?
it was amazing. We went to New Hampshire, and we stayed in like a little cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, we like did the campfire thing. It was like the perfect, like being in isolation now is like like it's like the perfect thing to do, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. I still feel like I got my physical activity in on all the hikes.
good, good, good.
It was beautiful.
Oh, I'm so happy, Skylar. I'm so happy for you. I mean, you're such a ray of light. Uh,
Thanks, Christine.
let's talk about the ray of light. How, what is it? Your beautiful mother, your incredible grandmother, your genes. There's your mom. I see her. Where does this beautiful, positive light come from? Share with us the secret.
The secret, I don't know the secret.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like being around people's energy. I feel like
Hmm.
people bring good energy out of me.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, my parents are very positive people, so
They
I
are.
think I grew up in a positive household.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever, in all the wonderful years, I mean, we go way back.
We
So
do.
let's tell the audience how far back we go. How do we know each other?
We go back from when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I did the Nutcracker with the Pennsylvania Ballet when
Yep.
Christine was in the Pennsylvania Ballet, and she would teach all of the children every single part in the Nutcracker.
Yep.
And I went through the years. I mean, I was every part. You taught me
Right.
every part.
But you were also Marie.
I was Marie, so we would have like private rehearsals, just me and Christine.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I mean, your face is like the same when you were 10. I just remember you looking up at me and Jeffrey Gribbler and, us working together on, how to run like a ballerina. And
it's
everything was always
true.
so natural for you.
What? Sorry.
Everything was so natural for you. It is,
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
I liked the acting part when I was little. I liked being Marie. I was like, ooh, I get to
yeah,
act.
totally. You are a natural actress.
Thank you.
So tell us about when you started dancing and, give us a little bit of, were you really young when you started?
Yeah, so I started dancing when I was 3.
Hmm.
My grandma was a dancer. She actually went to the Royal Ballet School.
Wow.
And then she did like a lot of show dancing, and so I think she always wanted like a family member to follow in her footsteps.
Hmm.
And my mom loves ballet, but I don't think it was her thing. She's seen BalletX right when they came out because she's a ballet lover.
Right.
Right when you guys started the company, and she was telling me how amazing it was.
Oh.
But so it kind of, because it wasn't her passion, they started me off in ballet young,
Hmm.
um, and it became my passion. I've always loved to dance. As a kid, I would just dance around. I always like my mom would yell at me and make me sit down at the dinner table because all I wanted to do is sing and dance and have people watch me. So
Oh.
It's always
Oh,
just been something I loved.
I remember that. I would make my parents watch me dance too. It was like, you
Right?
gotta check me out. That's a good
Exactly.
sign. It's a sign
Exactly.
that you're meant to be doing this.
It's true. It's true.
And like I've been asking all the dancers, when did it kind of click with you that you thought this is what I want to do? Was it really young or were you older or
I
be a
think,
professional?
yeah, I mean, I feel like as a kid, I was so driven through the years. I
Hmm.
kind of always knew it's what I wanted to do.
Right.
Being at the rock school, I feel like it was kind of a strict school, and if you were in it, you kind of had to take it seriously, or you
Hmm.
did. It wasn't just like a hobby,
Hmm.
for most of the kids there. So I took it really seriously growing up. There was never like really a time where it clicked. I think going to Miami City Ballet, I had two really influential teachers. Um, and ballet more became like more than like it became my life. Um,
Hmm.
like all I wanted to do was live and breathe ballet. So I think, I mean, it never like really clicked, but I was definitely going to Miami City Ballet School. I was inspired in a different way
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
I knew exactly like this is what I want to do.
Did you what year, sorry, how old were you when you joined Miami City Ballet School?
So I
And
was
when did you get pulled in by Eddie Villela, right?
I was 16 when I went to the school, and I was in the school for a year, and then I became an apprentice at 17.
Nice.
And then I was in the corps at 18 and stayed there till I was 22.
Do you remember what it felt like when he came in and watched and what did you do? Like, how did he select you?
Um I mean, I actually like I didn't even I mean, I knew that he liked me, but I think he talked to one of the teachers. I like everything was so like kind of closed doors. I didn't really know, but they had asked me to do the Nutcracker with them.
Hmm.
I was Chinese tea, um, and which was a part that I had already done with the Pennsylvania Ballet. And I
Right.
think he liked me from there, and he started putting me in other ballets.
Right.
And then he asked me to be an apprentice. So, but actually, when he asked me to be an apprentice, I was in denial. Like I didn't realize that he had asked me. I mean, it was like a mind blowing thing. I almost didn't believe it. Like I didn't tell any of my friends because I didn't believe it. Like my friends got mad at me. They were like, Skyler, why didn't you tell us? And I was like, it wasn't even like a real, because it's like your dream that you're working for your whole life, and then when somebody tells you you got the job, it's like,
But, yeah.
um, yeah.
And so you spent how many years with Miami City Ballet?
I was in the company for 5 years.
Wow. Okay. And then some changes happened.
Yes.
And tell us about, that change and, what were you searching for and yeah, why do you leave a job that you loved?
Um, I don't know. I was missing my family. I was having my own internal struggles at that time. It's hard when you leave when you're 16. I don't think I like knew quite how to handle myself in a big
Yeah.
company atmosphere. I think I needed like some more nurturing, and then there was a lot of changes going on in the company at that time too. So I thought it would be a good time to just move back and go on a different path.
Mm.
Um, so it was a really hard choice to make. And
Hmm.
it's like coming to BalletX, it's crazy. Like, those things where you're like, it has to be like a higher power or like this
Yeah.
crazy world that brought you to be like where you needed to be at. Like,
Totally.
that's how I feel like when I discovered BalletX, that I'm like, I needed this company like in my life to like
Uh,
inspire me with dance in a different way. And it like really like it's just crazy how things work out. Like I needed that change. I needed exactly what BalletX was.
right, right. Um, I remember you coming and taking class, and you were not intending to audition. You were just coming to take class.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of that?
I do.
Can you share a little bit about what happened there? I know I'm not. I want to
um,
fix everything. I hate this. I'm like, this face. Can someone fix this face?
no, you look great. um, so I actually wasn't sure if I wanted dance to be my path anymore. I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of going through a weird time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was still taking classes. I mean, I still like that option was my like I knew I'd probably be back in a company, but I just wasn't sure if I was going to start school or go back to school or what. And I came and took class with you guys. Um, and then you came up to me and were like, we would love for you to be part of this company.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was going through this weird time, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And
Right.
then Christine was like, come see a show.
Right.
Come see a show. And so I saw Sunset by
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Neenan.
Right. What a show.
And what?
What a show to see.
Yes. And it blew my mind. And I came up to you right after and I was like, okay, Christine, I want to be part of this company. I said, I don't know if I could do it because I've never done contemporary ballet before. So I think that was a big change.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just blown away and knew I wanted to be a part of something like this company.
Mm-hmm. What was it about the show that like clicked for you? I mean, what did you see? Can you remember being an outsider looking in?
Uh-huh.
And what was about it? Because I'd love to capture it a little bit. What is it? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's something special about our company that like you can't put your hand on. I think we relate to the audience really well, and every dancer individually has this this specialness that
Right.
like it's like a unique that you can't exactly say what it is, but it's like a difference in everyone that's really special and shines
Right.
um to the audience. So I think I like really felt that and was like, everyone is so good. Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone is like a principal dancer in their own way in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, it's just like, I saw that it was a really special company to be a part
Mm-hmm.
of. You can see the connection also between dancers. I mean, I know like I've been in the company for 5 years now. We're all so close. So like you get to know people and you're like dancing with each other's souls. Like you feel this connection on stage with people that is unlike most companies, I
Yeah.
think.
And that's because of the work, like maybe because it's being made on you. Something about that magic sauce of like it. I feel like when work is made on you, you just like, there's like this magic ingredient that comes into it that it's hard to put into words. Talk about what it feels like to have something made on you. I know there were some challenges in the beginning, right? That
hmm
you've adjusted. What were some of the challenges, and what is it? What makes it special to have something made on you?
So I think you have to, when you have something made on you, you're like also you're interpreting what they're giving and making it your own.
Mm-hmm.
And because I had mostly done ballets that were um, like choreographed on other people,
Sure.
um, it was hard for me to like give my individuality,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly how to describe it, but like with contemporary, they give you a lot of freedom, and
Mm-hmm.
I think having that freedom was difficult for me, and interpreting the movements and making them mine was difficult for me,
Mm-hmm.
because I was so used to people saying this is exactly what you do and how you do it, and I'd be
Right.
like, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Go
But
for it.
now I have this freedom, and like now that I something clicked in my head,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it really special, and it makes it like you can take these moves to the next level because you feel comfortable doing them because they're a part of you.
Yeah. 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 So much. I mean, it's really so great that you've had these two really incredible, um, not opportunities. I mean, yes, there are opportunities, but experiences with like incredible company like Miami City, doing incredible work of choreographer plus so much balancing, and
Yeah.
then coming in and like this young company that does one, that does all new work, and just it's such a different perspective. Um, what were some of the challenges for you? You know, going from that, you know, new work. Some choreographers move at different speeds. Talk to everybody about how you tackled that and what you would have to do.
Hmm. It was a really difficult transition, I think, because I had never taken anything but classical ballet before.
Hmm.
Um, and like, there's a lot of like different dance goes into contemporary and a
Hmm.
lot of freedom, like I was saying before. And I wasn't used to that freedom. Um, and moving your body in a different way. I mean, you like with contemporary ballet, you're extending these lines that,
Hmm.
and you're not necessarily, your body isn't in like a specific classical ballet place.
Right.
So it was hard for me to kind of like let go of that.
Mm.
Like, I didn't like, I don't know, my body, and like, still, it takes me a second to like be able to pick things up more
Yeah.
easily
Yeah.
because there's so much more body that we use. I mean, it's like hard to
It's different.
explain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's different.
it's
No,
different.
I feel you because I've done both. I get it. Like with classical ballet, there's a real form you're trying to like step into. You're trying to put the body into shapes. And when we're
Right.
doing these contemporary works through the classical technique, we're going in and out of the form. And
Exactly.
that's like really takes a lot of you. And you're trying to discover the the next step with the choreographer, and then you're going back and you're going back and you go forward and back and forth. So it's like really you guys, do an amazing job. I mean, you have grown so much with the company, and I remember when we had that first conversation and I was kind of like selling you on joining us and convincing you. I was like, Skyler, you've got what we can't teach. We can teach you how to move, and you were willing and open. I mean, the things that, your beautiful gifts that, the universe gave you, or, for a person like me, I don't have gorgeous lines. I always had to really work on those things in a different way, you know, than you did, because you could really just be there. And I could imagine me envying you in a studio, like, she's so beautiful. Oh, I want that.
Thanks, Christine.
But you didn't rest on your God-given, ability. You came in and you pushed and you pushed, and really grew as an artist in so many ways. But you know what I think was one of the most remarkable years that I think it'd be nice for you to share. You may not want to think about it. Was a year you were injured, right?
Hmm.
Like you came back stronger and deeper and more ready than ever. Talk about how you motivated yourself through that. I mean, you couldn't dance for a year. You had, you know, share, what they said about.
Um, so I fractured my tibia,
Mhm.
um, which is like called, I don't know, the doctors call it like the dreaded black line fracture or something.
Right.
I don't know. But I was convinced that I needed surgery.
Mhm.
I thought I'd have to have a rod put in on my shin up to my knee,
Right.
um, which scared the crap out of me. But I was like, I'm going to take the time and see if it can heal on itself or get to, because it's such a big bone
Yeah.
that it takes a lot for it to fracture through.
Mhm.
Um, so if you don't have the pain, you don't necessarily have to get the surgery. So
Mm.
I was like, I'm gonna be in a boot and on crutches for, as you know, for what it takes. I mean, if I had surgery, I probably it would have been like the same length of time.
Right.
But I got really lucky.
Mm.
But that year was very, very hard. I mean, when your life is dance,
Mm.
um, you really like it's like you're missing like a part of yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I mean, I came to a lot of shows and I watched a lot of shows, and I think you get a different perception
Mm-hmm.
from the audience. Like, I think I learned a lot from watching everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like inspired in a different way coming back, like
Mm-hmm.
where I was like, this is what I want to do. Um, this is like dance is my life, and this is what I want to do. And like not having that for a year, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I had this way of like I just all I wanted was to be back in the studio. Um,
Yeah.
so so I really motivated myself. I took a lot of classes. I did a lot of exercising, like exercise with the physical therapist who helped me
Mm-hmm.
find like my lines in a different way and helped me balance in a different way and think about things to get back stronger.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, you're tough as nails, lady. You, I mean, we have to keep an eye on you because you're so tough because
it's
you'll
a
still
good and a
walk
bad
through
thing.
pain.
It's well, so I've had a lot of injuries. I'm very injury prone. I've had a lot of injuries,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a lot of injuries in Miami City Ballet too.
Mm.
And I kind of regret taking time off with some of those injuries. I feel like I could push through. So
Yeah.
now I am like way too strong because I don't want there to be an injury that makes me go out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't want to miss anything. So I'm hard headed.
I know you are so
I'm hard
hard
headed
headed.
with myself.
You
In
will be there, like the thing will be dangling, and you will be
I
like, I'm
know.
fine.
I don't want to. I don't want to pull out unless I absolutely have
Oh,
to because
yeah.
I don't want to miss a moment.
Oh, I understand. I do. I do. Skyler, like, if you were to share some little piece of advice for everybody, what would you share with them about, how to push for your dreams, you know, or something that's some nugget of your own guiding force that drives
um,
you.
I think in dance you can be really hard on yourself.
Hmm.
I've been really hard on myself. Like I think every day we're looking in the mirror and like it's just like our career. You have to criticize yourself to become better.
Hmm.
And that it takes like you have to be able to balance that because you can't.
Hmm.
I think being too hard on yourself can hold you back.
Hmm.
Um, so just to to nurture yourself, and be good to yourself. And yeah, I think that's my strongest advice is to be good to yourself and know your self-worth and don't over criticize. People will criticize for you if they have something to correct. That's what your directors are for and your teachers and everything, like you tell us how to get better. And I think
Yeah.
and we should
Right.
too. I mean, that's how you get better with yourself, but just not to be too hard.
Yeah. It's because it's a fine balance, right?
Right,
You have
exactly.
to like stay motivated, and there's nothing good about beating yourself down so far that you can't let your spirit soar, because
Right.
it's this beautiful combination of letting your spirit soar and staying open, staying neutral. We've talked about like being neutral in some of our conversations, because like when choreographers come in, they're bringing their soul to your bodies essentially.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
there's like this beautiful marriage that's like, hi soul, you
Yes.
know you're
Hmm.
getting some of them, you're giving all of you, and
Right.
then that's where the magic sauce happens.
That's true.
What
It's so special.
what is like one of your favorite ballets that you've been a part of, that you've helped commission? I mean, that you've helped be a part of the commission from BalletX's repertory.
I think Steep Drop Euphoric. by
Okay.
Niccolo Fonte is
Okay.
one of my favorite ballets. I mean, I had worked with Niccolo before. We did one of his ballets called Beasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was when I was newer to the company and kind of struggling, still getting into contemporary and like being able to let go and let loose. And then I performed one of his ballets, Beautiful Decay,
Mm-hmm.
which is one of my favorite ballets. It wasn't made on me, but it's I think it's actually my favorite ballet I've ever performed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right when I came back from my injury, and I was just so inspired. And then Niccolo came in again and choreographed Steep Drop Euphoric on the company,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just so passionate. I think his work is really passionate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and it like shows off lines and it shows off physicality, and I think in all of his work you really have to give it your all,
Yeah.
like so full body and so uh, yeah, I just Steep Drop Euphoric, and it's a powerful piece. I mean, the finale is with everyone and it's strong, and
Yeah.
I love it. And the music is strong. It's just
Mm.
everything about it, and everyone's just giving their full body. It's so good.
It's the best. Yeah. 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 And we've toured that a lot this year. So
We
it's really,
have, yeah, it's one of our go-tos.
oh, it is. I love a go-to ballad.
Mm-hmm.
um, how are you feeling with all this going on? I haven't talked much about it. How are you keeping your spirits up? What's keeping you waking up in the morning? I know we're working now. If people didn't know, we're actually working from our homes. The dancers are back on salary. I'm really so
Really.
um, thrilled to have you guys back. And um, yeah, how do you keep yourself positive?
Um, I think I've gone through phases. I think
Mm-hmm.
at first it was the hardest time for me because I would have like a lot of internal thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have much more to focus my mind on.
Yeah.
So I think I was like figuring myself out a
Mm-hmm.
little more than I'm used to. I was overthinking everything, like
Right.
even little things I'd say to people, like crazy.
Oh, I
Um,
know.
um, but I think I've just kind of come to terms with this time,
Mm-hmm.
and I've taken as a time to self-reflect. I've done like I was struggling with that, but I think I've kind of come to terms with it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think this self-reflection has been a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and turned into a positive thing, and just being able to live my life in a different way. I mean, I'm usually such a people person. I love to be around people, so it's just kind of forced me to take a step back and self-reflect and learn how to be by myself a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah,
Those are
I
really
think
important.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think coming out of it I'll be a stronger person. I feel like a lot of people will probably feel that way, and like kind of like an injury, like you appreciate what you have
for sure.
so much, or yeah, coming back I'll have a different appreciation for everything that we have.
Totally. Totally. Skyler, you are such a phenomenal person inside and out. Like working with you is such a dream.
Thank you,
Uh,
Christine. I
you're
love working with you
such,
too.
you're
I'm
just such.
lucky.
Uh, you make the day a better, place to be. You make life more special. You bring so much beauty into the world. Yes, let's send the hearts to
Thank
Sky
you.
because I want to see the hearts flowing. Because this young
That's
lady,
so sweet.
I mean, she is a ray of light, of sunshine. She works hard. She's a beautiful dancer. She shares her soul. She shares her passion with the audience. I mean, when she comes on stage, it's like, whoa, who is that? I mean, you have this way of just like, I love the hearts are popping, pop. You have this way of just making all of our hearts pop. So
Thank
I
you.
wanted, I want it's just in my nature to just try to figure out how we can do more to connect more with our amazing audience, our amazing friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Bill H says, we miss you, Skyler. We sure do.
Thanks.
And
Bill.
just wanted to
Hi, Bill.
hi, Bill. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
So, thank you so much, Skyler, for tuning in. Hi, Tim, and for everybody, checking in. We're going to continue our lunch breaks. And Skyler, thank you for being a part of our lunch break and for
Thank you
everything
so much.
you do for all of us, and
Thank you
for,
so much, Christine.
you got it.
Thank you.
So thanks, everybody. Lots of love to you guys. See you tomorrow, and many blessings.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank
Bye.
you.